India risks a ratings downgrade soon?
I think there is certainly the possibility there if they are not successful in actually stemming the depreciation of the rupee. The Indian rupee is now trading at historical lows against the US dollar, and I think if the rupee starts to depreciate further, then certainly we will have a situation where I think where the credit ratings agencies are concerned, they will probably have to put India on a negative watch, or even then take the step of downgrading India's credit ratings.
What have you made of the currency fall of 16% year to date? Is it a strong case for a rebound? And will you be bullish on the rupee?
I think that where the rupee is concerned, on a technical basis, it has actually clearly been oversold. But the sentiment against the Indian rupee is actually very strong right now, and you're not seeing a lot of foreign domestic inflows going into the country itself. And for a country that's always been funding its current account deficit with capital inflows, the fact that you have a reversal of the flows means that your situation is really not looking too bright at this point in time. What the Indian government needs to do is basically come up with policies that will certainly address this issue. But so far, a lot of the policies that they've actually come up with have not been forceful enough to actually address this situation. The monetary policies that have come out have been okay, but they are not likely to actually be able to stem this outflow. Bearing in mind that you have politics coming to play here, you have elections next year, that means that whatever fiscal measures that the Indian government wants to take cannot be too forceful. And that's where we have this sticky situation right now, where you are basically stuck in the middle of nowhere, where the government policies that are needed to actually turn the situation around is not going to be forthcoming, largely because of the political situation next year.
How is India looking as an investment destination in Asia, and how does it stack up in your APAC allocations?
India, on valuation terms, where the equity market is concerned, is cheap relative to its own history. But I think in valuation terms, relative to the rest of Asia ex-Japan, India is still at a slight premium to the rest of Asia. And therefore, in terms of valuations, China is clearly a more attractive market. But I think in this sort of environment, valuations may not be something that investors actually consider at this point in time. We noticed that prior to the sellout this week, on a year-to-date basis, India is one of two markets in Asia that's still recording net positive inflows. Now, those can certainly turn into net outflows very quickly. Again, if the rupee doesn't stabilize in the near-term future.
How much downsize would you give to the Indian market?
Well, I think on the equities front, the potential downside risk is actually quite large. And the main reason for it is because, again, foreign institutional holdings in the Indian equities market is still pretty high. So if that turns into outflows, then we will need to see quite a sustained period of selling before the Sensex or the Nifty actually stabilizes. I think we are very early days towards this liquidation of foreign flows or foreign holdings in India at this level.